Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hey guys, it's Dino here and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to be more productive. So, tip number 1 is make a to-do list. By having your tasks listed out, you're more likely to want to try and achieve them and to go for them, okay? The other thing is you can use it to help break big goals down into smaller goals, okay? By making the big task into smaller pieces, okay? Because let's say you want to start a YouTube channel, for example. Well, first you need to get a name. Second, you need to decide what your channel's about. Then you need to record videos. Then you need to edit them. Then you need to post them. So that big goal of starting a YouTube channel is then breaking down into 4 or 5 smaller tasks that you can achieve. Okay, by also having a to-do list, you can tick off those tasks one by one, which is going to give you that motivation to go on and achieve your next one, okay? Then becomes a snowball effect where you want to then complete more and more tasks and you go for it, and then you have that natural motivation going for you. So the second technique is to have a productivity journal. Now this is going to be similar to ticking off your tasks on your to-do list as you do them. So basically what you want to do is have a journal where you write everything that you accomplished for that day, okay? If you didn't accomplish much, write a reason why, okay? There's always a reason why. Could have been that you didn't have time, could have been that you were too lazy, but be honest with yourself, okay? Because if you're not, then it's pointless. If you do have a productive day, then go ahead, write everything that you've done, how you felt after you've done it, and why it feels so good, okay? That's then going to give you motivation on the next day when you read it out and you say, yeah, I really felt good, I got lots of things done, I really accomplished a lot, I felt good about myself. Read that the next morning and then go ahead and tackle your goals for that day as well. Okay, so flow time is something similar to the Pomodoro, okay? I've talked about the Pomodoro in a different video, I'll leave that link down in the description below. But flow time, you don't have a timer, okay? Flow is a natural state where you become super productive, you don't feel time pass by, and you get a lot done in a certain block of time. It could be 20 minutes, it could be 2 hours, it could be a full day. Now with flow time, what you do is you record the time that you started, you record the time that you finished, okay, or the time that you naturally took a break. The reason for this is so that you can create a similar environment in the future, okay? So let's say you was in a coffee shop, you had your laptop and you were working on your book, okay? As an example, you record the time that you started, that you were in the coffee shop, you were working on your book, and you record the time that you finished. And you record how much you've done. So maybe it was a chapter, maybe it was only a few pages. Write down as much detail as you can so that you can try to recreate that scenario in the future. Okay, so sometimes when we have tasks that are too big, we put them off because they are big tasks. We know they're going to take a lot of time or a lot of energy or a lot of effort, and we can't be asked to deal with it right now. But we can put it off for tomorrow, then for the next day, then for next week, then for next month, and it just goes on, and you keep putting it off and you never do it. Well, this 4th technique is going to help you with that. So what you want to do is you want to create tasks that are 10 minutes long, that take 10 minutes to complete, okay? Why is this? Well, if the task is too big or it takes too long in a single period of time to do, say an hour or 2 hours, it's going to seem daunting and you're not going to want to do it. So by breaking it into 10-minute tasks, it's going to give you that motivation to, yeah, it's just 10 minutes, let's go, let's get that done, why not, okay? It's that sort of mentality that you want to create, get that mindset of, it's just a small task, let's go for that one. Then you feel good that you completed it. So that gives you a little bit of momentum to go on to the next one. The next one, it's only 10 minutes, let's go, I've got 10 minutes to spare. By breaking these tasks into smaller 10-minute tasks, even if you do have a busy schedule, you can always fit a 10-minute task here or there, okay? Even if it's not, your full day completing 10-minute tasks, even if you only do 1 or 2 today because you had a spare 20 minutes, tomorrow you do 3 or 4 because you had a little bit more time. The next day you only do 1, you had 10 minutes. Use your time as best as you can, as effectively as you can. And by breaking these tasks into 10-minute tasks, you can fit them here and there, and they can be a little bit more flexible. Okay, and the 5th technique is to set deadlines. Now this is going to help you with the point that I was talking about before of always putting a certain task off for longer and longer periods of time. By setting a deadline, you're giving yourself a certain date that it has to be completed by. If it's not completed by that date, you, in your mindset, have failed, okay? And you don't want to do that, whether it's to yourself or to someone else. You never want to fail. So the other thing you can do is set a deadline shorter than what is expected of you, okay? So if you have an assignment that's due in 2 months' time, okay? So big project is due in 2 months' time. Well, say that to yourself, your own deadline that you set is 1 month. I have to complete it within a month. Why? Because you're gonna have to complete that by your own deadline that you set for yourself, okay? Because otherwise you failed yourself and you don't want that. That gives you an extra month to make small adjustments, small corrections, and to make that project better, to be a better grade than you would have if you just went by the 2-month deadline. Because what would have happened is you would have procrastinated for a month, then you would have completed it in a month, okay? And you would have rushed it, you wouldn't have had time to check it, you would have submitted it, and that's it, you got the grade that you got. If you complete it in a shorter period of time than the actual deadline, it gives you that buffer to go back, do some small corrections, make some small adjustments, make it a little bit better, and just tighten everything up. Whether that's with a project in university or a task that you want to do yourself, such as start a YouTube channel. If you don't set a deadline to start a YouTube channel, you'll say, I'll start it someday. Someday never comes because that day doesn't exist, okay? Now if you say, I'm gonna create the YouTube channel by the end of next week, then by the end of next week, that's when it has to be done. Again, otherwise you failed yourself and you don't want that. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you learned something, and try apply 1 or 2 of these techniques. See if it helps you, see if it helps improve your productivity. Leave comments down below if it did help you and which one you use. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.